Number 10 is Ariana Grande. The pop princess got her start acting on the Nickelodeon show Victorious. Over the years, Grande has taken over the music world with countless chart toppers. Like any other woman in Hollywood, rumors surrounding the singer's alleged diva behavior have been going around. Grande even combated the mean girl claims on an Australian radio show that the rumors are not true and that her fans, family, and friends know who she is, and that's all that matters. That being said, we all remember the time when the singer licked a donut in a cafe without purchasing it, so she definitely does have some mischievous behavior in there somewhere. One person who disagrees that the diva rumors are just rumors is E! News correspondent Juliana Rancic. She once said about Grande, "I think she does have a little bit of diva thing going on. I think it was actually at the AMAs, she came up on the platform and normally I stand on the left of the camera. I had to fight 13 years to get this side of the camera. It's my good side, okay? Little Ariana comes over, I feel an elbow in my side, I'm like, what's going on? And she pushes me to the other side. Funny thing to be fighting over, but as Grande famously sang, I want it, I got it." And number 9, Jeremy Piven. The actor is known for his role as Ari Gold in the series Entourage, for which he won a Golden Globe and 3 consecutive Emmy Awards for. Along with his list of awards is a list of time Piven was not so pleasant to be around. One story comes from an event put on for the charity Face Forward. In 2018, Piven was said to have left attendees of the Hollywood charity event stunned when his jokes didn't land, and then he yelled at the audience for their lack of response. The event was being held for survivors of domestic misconduct, and apparently when his jokes were not well received by the audience, the actor reportedly went into a bit of a rant saying, "This is a tough room, by the way. Tough room. I just decided I'm doing a 2-hour set because you're not giving me love, so F you all." Piven allegedly eventually decided to call time on his act, telling the crowd, "I just decided to retire based on this applause." One attendee told Mail Online he was surrounded by women who had been through trauma at the hand of their partners. The mood in the crowd was one of defiance, but he seemed to treat the night as some kind of tryout for his stand-up work, and it fell flat. Maybe he should stick to acting because clearly he doesn't do well with a live audience. At number 8, Ellen DeGeneres. She previously was known for her kindness on her talk show, The Ellen Show, but in recent years she has pulled a complete 180. BuzzFeed News put out an article labeling DeGeneres a bully and naming her as the culprit for creating a toxic work environment. 10 former employees anonymously gave their true thoughts about the host in the article. The article also detailed issues of microaggression and racist behavior from those close to DeGeneres. Of course, when these allegations came out, Ellen apologized for any hurt that had been caused, promising to do better. Now Ellen has gone from being the queen of kindness to one of the meanest celebs in Hollywood. The former employees mentioned things like being fired after taking medical leave and being instructed not to speak to DeGeneres should they come across her. One employee even claimed to essentially have walked off the job after becoming fed up with comments about her race. Recently, a clip from the talk show has been going around of a clearly uncomfortable Taylor Swift as a guest being asked to play a game that involves identifying men she had dated. Back then, outlets were incessant on talking to Swift about her exes, and she found it extremely uncomfortable. In this recent viral clip, the singer is visibly uncomfortable, but DeGeneres just keeps pushing her. At number 7, Mike Myers. The actor went from being a cast member on Saturday Night Live, known for his silly characters, to starring as those silly characters on the big screen. With all of his success and spin-offs over the years, people are now left asking, where the heck did Mike Myers go? In a 2014 interview with GQ, Myers revealed that he'd only received 15 scripts since 1991. One thing that definitely bruised his reputation was when his live-action Cat in the Hat co-star Amy Hill described her time working with him as a horrible, nightmarish experience. In a 2016 interview with the AV Club, Hill said, "I don't think he got to know anybody. He'd just be with his people and walk away. People would come up and he'd just stand there. That's what divas are like, I guess, or people who need therapy." Hill's experience with Myers on set definitely didn't help bring in the offers, but it's not the only thing that turned studios off of him. The 2008 box office failure that was The Love Guru also contributed. The cast was full of big stars, but compared to a budget of $62 million, excluding advertising, the movie only grossed around $40 million. While the film did flop in the end, Myers has said acting is more about the passion than the paycheck. Number 6, Jennifer Lopez. In December 2022, Lopez was exposed on TikTok for not being quite as real and down-to-earth as she might want you to think. If the series of videos from the app are true, the humble woman from the Bronx is long gone. There was a viral TikTok going around the app prompting people to share a time a celebrity was rude to them. One celebrity's name seemed to be brought up over and over, even more than Ellen DeGeneres, who prompted the trend in the first place. One woman recalled a time when she was working at a Foot Locker and apparently Lopez cussed her out when the store didn't have the right size of shoes that she wanted for her kids. Another woman said she worked as a maid in a house where Lopez once came to stay. While there, a nail tech was called to give Lopez a pedicure in bed. If you think that's a bit lazy, just wait. The nail artist allegedly had to complete the manicure upside down because the star was laying on her stomach and refused to flip over. There are tons of other stories out there about her being extremely demanding and horrible to people, including workers who are there to provide her with a service for her benefit. Maybe J-Lo needs to have a conversation with Jenny from the block. At number 5, Tobey Maguire. He is known for playing Spider-Man in the first live-action movie that was released in 2002. Along with Spider-Man, Maguire also has a reputation for being difficult to work with. In 2017, the film Molly's Game was released based on the memoirs of Molly Bloom. Michael Cera's character Player X is believed to be based on several celebrity gamblers, including Leonardo DiCaprio and Tobey Maguire. The character is portrayed as an extremely unpleasant man, which led to question about Maguire's real-life behavior. The book that they based the film on is even more direct, with the author making it clear that Maguire was very difficult to work with while playing poker. In fact, during a high-stakes poker game in 2014 hosted by Molly Bloom, Maguire purposely embarrassed her in front of other big-name celebs. Apparently, he offered Bloom a $1,000 poker chip if she barked like a seal. It was soon revealed that this was part of a plot to take control of the poker game. On top of that, there are other on-set stories and run-ins with the paparazzi to highlight his rude behavior. At number 4, Jamie Lee Curtis. Following in the footsteps of her parents Tony Curtis and Janet Leigh, Jamie Lee has appeared in countless movies over the years. She got her start in the Halloween franchise, starring in the most recent installment just last year. Along with her successes have come some stories of the actor being not the nicest over the years. One particular instance was when Curtis first met her Knives Out co-star Ana de Armas. Ana de Armas on the set in 2019. Apparently, upon first meeting the actor, Curtis assumed that Armas was inexperienced and unsophisticated. Armas, who is a Cuban actor, has talked about feeling out of place on American sets already, though Curtis, I'm sure, was no help with her preconceived ideas. Luckily, Curtis was able to see her mistake and said, "I assumed, and I say this with real embarrassment, because she had come from Cuba, that she had just arrived. I assumed, and I say this with real embarrassment, because she had come from Cuba, that she had just arrived, I made an assumption that she was an inexperienced, unsophisticated young woman." Armas quickly put Curtis in her place, but what an assumption to come to in the first place on Curtis's part. At number 3, Christina Aguilera. The singer has got pipes like no other artist. She rose to mainstream fame in the late 90s with hits like Genie in a Bottle and What a Girl Wants. Aguilera quickly became the definition of a pop star, and with the voice and the look came the attitude. There are a few stories out there from other celebs talking about the singer having some major mean girl behavior. One of these celebrities is none other than Mary J. Blige. During a radio interview, Blige made it clear whose side she was on when it came to the Britney or Christina debate. Apparently, Blige was not a fan of the way she was greeted by Aguilera when they met for the very first time. Blige said, "I don't like her because she has a nasty attitude. I was trying to greet her properly and she stuck her hand out for me to kiss it. Not a great first impression." Blige then said, "Oh, okay, you're headed down the wrong path already." Then Blige added, "A message for Christina. Britney Spears can't sing like you, but she will go further than you because she knows how to respect and treat her people." Blige ended her story by calling Aguilera nasty once again before adding that she's heard the same thing about Aguilera from others. I guess with the talent and the look that Christina has, she doesn't need a good attitude. At number 2, Chevy Chase. The actor got his start on the very first season of Saturday Night Live, where his recurring weekend update segment became a staple of the show. Over the years, more and more stories have come out about Chase being rude or difficult to work with. One particular project where Chase caused a lot of problems on set was the series Community. The show was released in 2009 and had a great cast, including Alison Brie, Joel McHale, and Donald Glover. Community creator Dan Harmon opened up and talked about just how troubling it was to work with Chase on set. One time, Chase went as far as refusing to film a key touching scene between his character and Danny Purdy's because he didn't like the direction of it and just walked off set. Chase's problematic behavior didn't stop at refusing to film certain scenes. In a 2018 interview with The New Yorker, both Harmon and Donald Glover opened up about the incidents that happened on the set. Apparently, Chase was no stranger to dropping racial slurs and offensive language, and this is what ultimately led to his departure. His final straw came when filming season 4, episode 6. Chase did not like where the story was going, his character's arc in particular, and he used yet another racial slur in his angry rant about it. Both the actor and the network mutually agreed that it would be better if he left the series, and so he did. And coming in at number 1 today, Faye Dunaway. The actor made her debut on the big screen in 1967 with the films Hurry Sundown, The Happening, and Bonnie and Clyde. Over the years, she has gained herself a reputation of being a great actor, but she's also known for being a major diva. Her attitude even ended up getting her sued by a former assistant in 2019. Michael Rocha alleged in a lawsuit that the actress was verbally inappropriate to him when he worked for her on the Broadway play Tea at 5. Rocha said that he was hired as a personal assistant for the actor and his duties included shopping for her, arranging her schedule, and getting her to and from rehearsals, all while working out of Dunaway's apartment in NYC. Rocha, who is gay, claimed that Dunaway relentlessly subjected him to demeaning rants. The former assistant alleged that she called her crew members little gay people and called Rocha a little homosexual boy. He reported the incident to a general manager, and a month later Rocha was fired because Dunaway wasn't, quote, comfortable with him anymore. In the end, Dunaway was fired from the play as well after crew members claimed she created a hostile and dangerous work environment. She sounds like a dream come true.
Starting us off at number 10, we have Kendall Jenner. In an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kendall Jenner got real about people thinking she's a mean girl. During a confessional, she opened up about the misconceptions she's heard about herself. Kendall shared how it's upsetting when someone questions her character, adding that if only people knew her, they would see that she's not mean at all. But things took a turn when Kendall appeared in a TikTok video with her friends Hailey Bieber and Justin Sky. The trio lip-synced to an audio that seemed to throw shade at a certain someone, and viewers called them out for this. This just seemed to fuel the perception that Kendall is a mean girl. As if that wasn't enough, an old video of Kendall belittling Kylie on the show Life of Kylie resurfaced online. In this clip, Kendall can be seen criticizing Kylie's appearance in front of her friends. People took issue with her comments and called her out for her mean behavior. However, this isn't the first time tension between Kendall and Kylie had been captured on their reality shows. Kylie has referred to Kendall as mean before and admitted that they wouldn't be friends if they weren't sisters. So it looks like despite Kendall's efforts to address the mean girl perception, these incidents seem to show otherwise. Yikes. Next at number 9, we have Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is thought by many to be the ultimate diva, and she has a reputation for being a bit mean and demanding. One gem that she's been quoted for is when she straight up said, "I don't do stairs" during a concert rehearsal. Yeah, seriously. It's stories like these that make the public see her as over the top and diva-like. And let's not forget when she claimed she didn't know certain successful artists like J-Lo and Ariana Grande, as if she's been living in her own superstar bubble. But it's not just her outrageous quotes that contribute to her mean reputation. Mariah has been known to treat her staff poorly and act unprofessionally. Apparently, she once demanded 20 whole kittens and 100 white doves for a performance. Who needs that many animals? She also insists on having her own personal lighting team travel with her. Talk about diva demands. There are also stories of her throwing tantrums, showing up late for interviews, and canceling events at last minute. It's no wonder why people think she's difficult to work with. Many fans think that maybe all of that fame has gone to her head. Next at number 8, we have Ellen DeGeneres. Once a beloved talk show host with a global fan base, Ellen DeGeneres saw her reputation crumble when revelations surfaced about her ruthless treatment of employees off camera, painting her as a genuinely mean-spirited person. Ironically, her motto of "be kind" backfired spectacularly as former employees began to step forward, sharing their stories of horror with Ellen. In a BuzzFeed article, she was labeled a bully, accused of creating a toxic work environment by one current and 10 former employees who bravely spoke out anonymously. These individuals confirmed what had previously been mere rumors, shedding light on Ellen's demanding behavior. According to one TV writer, Ellen required anyone who wished to speak with her at work to chew gum from a bowl outside her office, and she would send staff members home to shower if she felt they smelled bad. While the accusations have not impacted her financial status, Ellen's image has been irreparably tarnished, and it's almost impossible to find supporters of her on the internet today. Next at number 7 is Hailey Bieber. When it comes to celebrities being mean in real life, Hailey Bieber's situation takes an interesting twist. It all started with Selena Gomez sharing a TikTok video about her eyebrow lamination gone wrong. She jokingly admitted that her brows didn't turn out as planned when trying to replicate Bella Hadid's iconic look. Then Kylie Jenner jumped in and posted an Instagram story with the text, "This was an accident," overlaying her own eyebrows. But here's the kicker. In the next slide, Jenner shared a close-up pic of Hailey Bieber's brows, seemingly from a FaceTime call where they both showed off their eyebrows. Fans immediately thought they were taking a jab at Selena. Jenner later denied any shade towards Selena, saying fans were blowing things out of proportion. But the eyebrow picture's timing and overall vibe were pretty suspicious to fans. Things have just seemed to have gotten worse from this point, and now it seems Hailey might never be able to shake off the mean girl label. At number 6 is Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence may not be as nice to her fans as one would expect. In a candid conversation with comedian Adam Sandler during Variety's Actors on Actors series in 2017, they discussed how they handle the attention from fans. While Adam described Jennifer as famously approachable, she disagreed and dropped a bombshell. According to her, once she steps into a public place, she becomes incredibly rude, even turning into a huge a-hole, as she puts it in her own colorful language. Jennifer doesn't hesitate to shut down fans who approach her for a selfie, and if you happen to spot her in a restaurant while she's trying to enjoy her meal, don't be surprised if she shoots you a sour look and waves you off, claiming she's not working that day. Now, it's worth mentioning that this info is based on Jennifer Lawrence's own words, and it's possible that she was just shedding light on the challenges of dealing with fame rather than genuinely being mean. But it's understandable that Jennifer has chosen to adopt a guarded and less friendly attitude in public. So if you ever run into Jennifer Lawrence, don't expect a warm and fuzzy interaction. Next, at number 5, we have Lea Michele. Lea Michele, the actress who portrayed the most arrogant character on Glee, is facing a significant backlash as her reputation as one of the meanest celebrities in Hollywood comes to light. Despite Glee contributing to her rise in fame, it appears that her mistreatment of the cast and crew on set has caught up with her. Several individuals, including actress Samantha Ware, have spoken out against Michele's behavior, with Ware recounting instances of the silent treatment, stare downs, looks, comments under her breath, and weird passive aggressiveness she experienced after her first performance. Following Samantha's revelation, numerous co-stars, film crew members, and staff members took to social media to share their own stories about Michele's diva-like behavior. There were even reports suggesting that she only communicated through her assistant and completely ignored the presence of her co-stars. Although Michele issued an apology, her past actions continue to be remembered, and when it was announced that she would replace actress Beanie Feldstein in the Broadway production of Funny Girl, fans expressed their outrage, with some even calling for a boycott. At number 4, we have Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams, the host of The Wendy Williams Show for a whopping 14 years, definitely didn't hold back when it came to her on-air antics. Let's just say she didn't need anyone to call her out for being rude, because she did it all on her own. She once downplayed actor Terry Crews's bravery for speaking out about his SA, basically saying it wasn't a big deal since he was a big man. And remember that cringe-worthy moment when she asked young actor Marcus Scribner about his sex life live on the show? Awkward doesn't even begin to cover it, especially with his dad right there on set. Poor Marcus looked uncomfortable and did his best to dodge the question. And let's not forget the time she made fun of Ariana Grande's appearance, claiming that because she's petite, she doesn't look like a woman. While most of us know body shaming is never okay, it's clear that she never hesitated to say whatever mean thoughts popped into her head. And believe me, these examples are just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Wendy's mean streak. At number 3, we have Katy Perry. Katy Perry has been a music icon for over a decade now, but her career seems to have gone steeply downhill after she became a judge on American Idol. In fact, Katy recently made a surprising announcement on social media, stating that she wants to quit the popular singing competition show. She expressed concerns about being portrayed as a nasty judge due to the editing done by the show's producers. This decision comes amidst a wave of controversy and scandal surrounding Katy during the current season of American Idol, and it seems like it's all becoming too overwhelming for her. In one notable incident from the recent season, Katy had an interesting reaction when a contestant, ever after her audition, Sarah announced her decision to return to California and be with her family, claiming that she wasn't cut out for show business. Later on, Sarah took to TikTok to call Katy out for the joke, which she felt was both mom-shaming and inappropriate. And let's not forget the time she stole a contestant's first kiss. Gross. At number 2, we have Jennifer Lopez. Though there are many instances of J-Lo being accused of being mean, including talking down to her husband Ben Affleck, let's talk about one from back in 2014 first. Back in 2014, Jennifer Lopez had an awkward moment on American Idol when one of her biggest fans, Ronald Reed, broke down in tears after being rejected. Ronald was not only determined to win American Idol, but also had a mission to fight poverty and make the world a better place. Jennifer had to be honest with him and told Ronald that his voice wasn't strong enough. Keith Urban stepped in to soften the blow and reassured Ronald that he was sweet, while Reed desperately searched for his confidence after Jennifer made fun of his lack of melody. And of course, another rumor Jennifer would definitely try to deny is how controlling she has been said to be. Several sources have spoken up about the state of Jennifer and Ben Affleck's marriage, mentioning numerous things that annoy her about him. In addition to his smoking habit, it appears Ben might have a cleanliness problem as well. The source shared, Ben doesn't clean up after himself, which irritates Jennifer. The source also criticized Jennifer's approach to nagging her husband, saying she's been known to yell at him and point her finger. It makes people wonder if she mistakes him for a dog. And finally, at number 1, we have Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has been in the industry since a very young age, and unfortunately, it seems like this might have done some damage to him. From spitting on fans to feuding with neighbors, it seems there are way more negative stories about Justin than positive ones. However, one thing fans recently started to pick up on is Justin being rude to his wife, Hailey. He's been caught on live streams putting her down, and there are even clips of him slamming the car door in her face. One clip shows him leaving her behind in a crowd of paparazzi while he gets away on a skateboard. And that particular clip ends with Hailey falling flat on her face while trying to chase after him. Yikes. Another thing fans noticed was how he didn't defend his wife during her feud with Selena Gomez. So not only does he not seem like the nicest guy, but he might be a bad husband as well.
Coming in at number 10, we have Hailey Bieber. If you've been on the internet lately, you've probably seen the drama surrounding Hailey bashing Selena on social media. It seemed to have started when fans assumed that a TikTok posted by Hailey was about Selena. The TikTok, which has now been deleted, features Hailey and her friends lip syncing to a sound which says, "I'm not saying she deserved it, but God's timing is always right." Fans started to assume that this was in reference to Selena being body shamed over her vacation photos. After being questioned all over the internet, Hailey responds by saying, "I never comment on this type of thing, but we were just having a girls' night, and we just did a random TikTok sound for fun. It's not directed at anyone." Even Selena joins in to calm her fans by saying, "It's okay, I don't let these things get me down. Be nice to everybody." Even if that time was just a reach and a speculation, the more recent Hailey drama is hard to dismiss. After Selena posted a clip mentioning how she had over-laminated her eyebrows, Kylie Jenner posted a photo of herself saying this was an accident over her own eyebrows. It only gets worse when Kylie shares a screenshot from a FaceTime with Hailey only showing their eyebrows. Later in the day, fans realized Selena commented on an old photo of Hailey where she seems to be gagging at the mention of Taylor Swift's name. Selena wrote, "So sorry, my best friend continues to be one of the best in the game." With all the hatred coming from Hailey over the internet, it seems to have been enough to push Selena off social media for a while. The singer announced on TikTok saying, "I'm gonna be taking a second from social media because this is all a little silly. I'm 30, I'm too old for this." Hailey Bieber has really been showing her true colors lately and has yet to comment on any of the alleged bullying. But to her fans, her silence is definitely a statement in itself. Coming in at number 9, Lea Michele. The former Glee star Lea has sparked rumors for years of being an alleged mean girl. She began getting some heat over the past couple of years for being mean-spirited on the set of Glee, what she did later apologize for, but it didn't seem to end there. Her former co-star Heather Morris started speaking up back in 2021 as to why it took so long to come forward with these allegations. She says, "We absolutely could have stepped up and gone to Fox executives and said how we felt about the situation, but nobody really did. So now we're living in a culture where it's more accepted to go and do things like that, whereas I think people were just a little scared." These allegations against Lea first started to come out in 2020 when Samantha Ware, who also played a role in Glee, spoke out against her on Twitter. She expresses how awful Lea made her time on the Glee set, even saying that her microaggressions made her question her whole career in Hollywood. When the tweet went viral, Lea's partnership with the food service HelloFresh decided to end their contract. This tweet ended up inspiring other Glee stars to come forward with their feelings about Lea. Heather wrote on Twitter saying, "Hate is a disease in America that we are trying to cure, but I would never wish for that hate to spread to someone else. With that being said, was she unpleasant to work with? Very much so. For Leah to treat others with disrespect that she did for so long, I believe she should be called out. An extra for the show took this opportunity to come forward as well, saying that Leah referred to her and other extras as cockroaches. She even went as far to tell them not to look at her while the cameras were rolling. Leah has never denied the allegations, but instead wrote an apology on Instagram, saying, "While I don't remember ever making this specific statement, that's really not the point. What matters is that I clearly acted in ways which hurt other people. Though I'm sure her fellow co-stars would like a little bit more of an apology, at least it's something." And at number 8, we have Madonna. Known for being an absolute icon in the pop industry, as well as not believing in cancel culture, her dry sense of humor may have gotten her into trouble in the past. Back in 2019, Madonna made an appearance on the Graham Norton show, and there was definitely a few awkward moments. Fans began to criticize the singer for the way she spoke to Sir Ian McKellen, and for the fact that she seemed to forget that they'd already met before. Ian ended up joking that this is why Madonna wasn't invited to his birthday party. Then, near the end, it seems she mocks his title of Sir. Another uncomfortable moment is when Madonna asks, "What do you do?" appearing to not know he's an actor, when she was just asking what he does in his new stage show. Fans did not react well, taking to Twitter to discuss how they felt the interview went. One Twitter user wrote, "The rudeness of Madonna to Sir Ian McKellen is making me so mad." And another wrote, "This show is so cringe. The way Madonna is talking to and looking at Sir Ian McKellen is a disgrace. She's even noticeably sitting away from him. Horrible woman." All in all, I have to say the whole segment is very awkward to watch. Number 7, Ellen DeGeneres. From celebrities, her own staff, and even to guests on her show, Ellen has received a lot of backlash over the past couple of years, with even a Twitter trend calling her one of the meanest people alive. The stories really started to pop off after the comedian Kevin Porter posted on his Twitter saying, "Right now, all we need is a little kindness. You know, like Ellen DeGeneres always talks about. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean, and I'll match everyone with $2 to the LA Food Bank." This really brought some horrible stories to light, even with some having photographic evidence. One Twitter user wrote, "When I was 15, Ellen was doing a contest of fans making a bust of her and sending it in. I worked so hard on this and even gave her a letter. Weeks later, she used this as a prop in her game and gave it away to a random person with $500 at the bottom." A former staff member even came forward explaining how Ellen told them all how she has a sensitive nose, making everyone chew a piece of gum before ever talking to her, even sending those home she thought smelled bad. With her bad attitude really coming to light, YouTuber Nikki from Nikki Tutorials shared what she experienced was like when coming onto the Ellen show. Without going into too much detail, she said, "Let's just say there's a huge difference between this show and Ellen DeGeneres. I'm saying that in favor of the show." Dakota Johnson, Mark Ruffalo, Jamila Jamil, and many others have since shared their stories, and I have to say, it doesn't look good for Ellen, who is known to preach kindness. Number 6, Katherine Heigl. After being labeled difficult to work with, her career took a bit of a dip. Katherine originally made a big name for herself for her role on the show Grey's Anatomy, but after involving herself in some sticky situations with the network, it seems like she may have just angered the wrong people. Apparently having some strong views on her scripts, the writers weren't happy, calling this an ungrateful slap in the face, as they felt that they were the ones to get her that far in the first place. Grey's Anatomy creator slammed Katherine for her unkind comments, telling in an interview, "In some level it stung, and on some level I was not surprised. When people show you who they are, believe them." Her history of dissing scripts and ideas didn't end there though. Katherine ended up talking to Vanity Fair in 2008 about her movie Knocked Up. She went on to describe it as sexist and bashing on the way the women were presented in the film. When the news came out about how she really felt about her role, her co-star Seth Rogen was disappointed. He told The Hollywood Reporter, "People seemed to like it. We were funny together, I was having a really good time. And then I heard afterward that she didn't like it. I think when that happens, your trust feels somewhat betrayed." After this, more reports seemed to come out of Katherine being a bit of a diva. A source came forward describing how it would be commonplace for her to cost you time every day. From wardrobe issues to questioning the scripts, it sounds like Katherine might just have to have a problem every day. Number 5, Christina Aguilera. Though an incredible singer and with a huge fan base, Christina maybe isn't as nice behind the scenes. With many fans who adore the coach on the show The Voice, there seem to be plenty that just can't stand her. The boy band The Wanted claimed that Christina was very cold to them after they performed on the competition show. One band member told The Hollywood Reporter how scary he thought she was, saying, She just sat there and didn't speak to us. She was quite rude. After a source came forward saying that nothing negative happened between the boys and Christina, the band ended up apologizing. Sort of. They said, "We shouldn't have said it, to be honest with you. We just think manners cost nothing." You know what I mean? Apparently being rude isn't the only thing she has been reported being, but also aggressive. After collaborating on Lady Marmalade for the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, singer Pink claims that there was a bit of a fight over who would sing the high notes on the track. Pink recalls that this led to Christina trying to punch her in the club. Pink said when talking about the event, "I was like, what is happening right now? What are you doing? What is even happening?" When asked about this, Christina says, "I seem to have a different memory of that night. We were at the club when we played Spin the Bottle, and I have a love memory." Luckily, since then, the two seem to have made amends. Number 4, Katy Perry. The pop star who is said to love her fans deeply may have a different relationship with her fellow celebrities. Katy Perry bashed Britney Spears twice for her head-shaving mental breakdown, and fans weren't loving it. In an interview, Katy discusses her new hair and says, "It's the last color in the spectrum that I can do. I've done all of them, and the only thing left to do is shave my head, which I'm really saving for my public breakdown." In another interview, when asked about how she is going to be taking a break from music, she says, "That's called taking care of your mental health. It's great. I haven't shaved my head yet." Her attempt at a joke resulted in Katy looking like a mean girl, especially to someone who she even once collabed with in the past. This sparked such backlash that angry fans created the hashtag Katy Perry is over party, which quickly trended on Twitter. One Twitter user wrote, "I lost all my respect for Katy." Well, the little respect I did have for her. Though it appears she has yet to comment, many fear Katy has shown her true, insensitive colors. Number 3, Ariana Grande. According to various news outlets, Ariana Grande can definitely be a diva sometimes, and even to her fans. But on July 4th, 2015, the singer really did something that made her fans wonder if she really just is a mean girl after all. Ariana stated, "I hate Americans. I hate America," while in a donut shop in California. She then went on to lick the donuts without buying any of them. Despite public apologies for this extreme behavior, she was still shut out from performing at the White House event. The singer allegedly completely up and left her meet and greet because she wasn't loving how the photos were coming out. A source revealed that when the star went into the elevator, she overheard her wishing her fans at the event would pass away. Pretty bad if true, so I'm just going to hope it's not. And at number 2, we have Adam Levine. Adam Levine hasn't always been the family man we see these days. He also, for a time, wasn't so loved by his fans. A user on social media asked the question, "Who are the biggest jerks in music?" To which one user wrote back saying Adam Levine, claiming the singer has made rude comments about fans and even his current girlfriend at the time. Allegedly, Adam told a fan that he didn't give autographs to ugly chicks. Though this can't be confirmed, many other commenters agreed that it sounds like something he would say. This comes after an interview where Adam claimed that dating a model was one of the perks of being a rock star. The heat on Adam has died down. Since becoming all about his kids, many fans believed he has finally grown up with his ways. And at number 1, we have Tobey Maguire. The Superman star Tobey Maguire has become famous in a different way, and that's how rude he is to his fans. Reportedly, the actor refuses to sign anything for anyone, even children who idolize the Spider-Man star. The Spider-Man star Tobey Maguire has become famous in a different way, and that's how rude he is to his fans. Reportedly, the actor refuses to sign anything for anyone, even children who idolize the Spider-Man legend. Back in 2007, the star allegedly slapped a camera out of a fan's hand who was asking for a photo. Because of his bad rep with signatures, the Autograph Collector magazine has named him the worst signer of the year. I mean, after knowing how much he hates signatures, I think that if I saw Tobey on the street, I would just steer clear.
And at number 10, Hailey Bieber. Hailey Bieber was called out by a TikTok influencer, Julia Carolan, when Julia made a video series exposing celebrities that were rude to her while she was working as a hostess at a popular Manhattan restaurant. In the video, she commented on Kylie Jenner and the Hadid sisters, and when it came to Hailey Bieber, she rated her interactions with Hailey to be a 3.5 out of 10. Saying in the TikTok quote, "This is gonna be controversial. I've met her a handful of times and she was not nice. I really want to like her, but I give her like a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry." But most shockingly, Hailey actually responded in the comments of that TikTok, apologizing for the situation. Responding in the comments saying she's quote so sorry if she's ever given her bad vibes or a bad attitude. So it's hard to say if this was just a bad interaction or pattern of behavior, but it's great to see that Hailey apologized. And at number 9, Dobre Brothers. Last year a video went viral of the Dobre brothers meeting a fan at a meet and greet. And the video is honestly heartbreaking. The girl walks over to the group for her picture and none of the people in the group even say one word to her. One of the brothers just lifts up his arm to put it around her for the picture. And the people in the group barely take the effort to even muster up a smile for this girl, who probably paid a lot of money to meet them. After the clip generated tons of outrage online, Lucas Dobre apologized, writing, quote, "We just want to apologize. After a long 48 hours of restless filming and touring, then meeting thousands of fans with no sleep, we were exhausted by the end of our show. Our true apologies. We are sincerely sorry." But honestly, if you can't even crack a smile for people who paid to see you, you literally don't deserve fans. Like, I'm sorry, that's how I feel about that. And at number 8, D'Amelio sisters. The D'Amelio sisters were called out for being mean after they released a vlog-style video where it looked like they were being rude to their personal chef. The video was a dinner with their family and a special guest who was revealed to be James Charles. The sisters were called out big time when their personal chef, Chef Aaron May, started serving their dinner. When the paella was served, Dixie picked something up and made disgusting faces as she tried to figure out what it was. We learned later that it was a snail. And instead of just, putting it down like an adult should do, she proceeded to make gagging noises. Then she actually ended up puking right at the table like it was nothing. After all that happened, Charlie then asked her mom for dino nuggets because from her facial expressions, it looked like she was not enjoying the dinner at all. And then on top of it all, the sisters were incredibly cringy and awkward in their own YouTube video. And the entire video was just mostly James and the parents talking. And at number 7, James Charles. After James Charles called out the Dobre brothers for how horribly they treated their fans, some former fans called out James for his bad behavior towards them. A now deleted TikTok tells the story. Apparently the fans were at the airport when they saw James, and when they tried to go over and talk to him, James's manager told them that he was too busy to talk. According to the fan, James didn't even look up from his laptop to acknowledge them. The fan said, quote, "He didn't even have the decency to literally look up at us and at least say hi or I'm sorry, I'm busy." But James told his side of the story to Keemstar, saying that he didn't know the fans wanted a photo because they never actually asked for one. They were mainly just taking pictures of James from afar, with James adding that he sad a fan had a bad interaction with him. And at number 6, Summer McKeen. Summer McKeen was called out when leaked videos surfaced from her Finsta page showing mean behavior. Several of these videos included her laughing and making fun of fan-edited videos. There were also videos leaked that showed her using racist language. The whole thing is really worse when you consider that these fans took the time out of their own days to make these edits of them, and then they were being mocked. There was also another video of Summer and Hannah Maloche making fun of a fellow influencer who had gone on a brand trip with them in the past. All in all, the videos that leaked were polar opposite of who fans thought that Summer was, and it was hard for a lot of people to see her the same way after. Halfway at number 5, Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star was called mean and a bully after he called out a fan on his Twitter. It all started when Jeffree congratulated someone on getting a job at Ulta Beauty, with the fan saying that she was starting the day Jeffree's collab with Morphe was coming out. And it's a very common thing in the makeup community for fellow artists to promote themselves under huge gurus' tweets. So one fan took this opportunity and replied to the tweet with a picture of a makeup look that they were really proud of. But Jeffree did not like this and decided to publicly call out the fan for, quote, making this about themselves. In the slew of tweets, Jeffree called out the fan for their frequent promos on his posts and told the fan to stop making things about themselves. The fan replied on their own Twitter, devastated by the interaction, and said that they had spent hundreds of their hard-earned dollars supporting Jeffree. And honestly, I don't think there's ever a reason to call out a fan publicly like that. And at number 4, Gabby Hanna. Gabby Hanna was called out when she privately DM'd someone on Twitter who accused her of doing something horrible to her former friend Jessie Smiles. When the fan's tweet that was critical of Gabby started going viral, Gabby decided to DM that person on Twitter and gaslight the fan into changing their views on Gabby. Many said that the behavior was toxic and manipulative. They also called her out for using her power dynamic here to silence the fan and get them to delete the tweet that was calling out Gabby. Gabby later apologized, but many stated that this was not the first time that she tried to gaslight people into taking her side of things. And at number 3, Willy Wonka TikTok. Massive TikToker Willy Wonka TikTok, real name Duke Depp, was called out last year after he called a super fan annoying. The fan named Autumn Salazar dedicated her account to being the counterpart to Duke's account, calling herself Miss Wonka. But she decided to call him out publicly after she discovered that he called her annoying in private messages, with him adding, quote, "I don't want to give her any attention. She begs for me to notice and follow her every single day." Apparently, he also reported her account to TikTok and forced her to change her username because Duke wanted to be the only Willy Wonka related account. Autumn responded to all of this saying, quote, "This is so rude that you report your #1 fan that has been here since day one." After the scandal, Duke's account was flooded with hate, but he claims Autumn was lying. but honestly, it's hard to refute screenshots like that. In at number 2, Lele Pons. Lele Pons, formerly the world's #1 Viner, got in a massive scandal when it came out that she tried to take down one of her best friends because Lele saw this friend as competition. This friend was Amanda Cerny, and Amanda exposed Lele when she realized Lele was trying to destroy her career. Apparently, Lele knew the code to Amanda's phone for months and would use it to delete Amanda's most popular Instagram pictures and videos. Lele also deleted Amanda's first YouTube video twice. Pons then used her massive platform to accuse Amanda of deleting her content, and that was the reason why they weren't friends anymore, when it was actually the complete opposite situation. And this clearly proves that Lele will do anything to stay on top. And lastly, at number 1, Jake Paul. Unsurprisingly, the top of this list is Jake Paul. Jake Paul is known as the internet's wild child, which he has now made his official brand, calling himself the quote problem child. When he started Team 10, he moved his teenage friends into a huge house in Los Angeles, but he caused so many problems for neighbors that they all band together to get him kicked out of that house. Jake has also been called out for being toxic and manipulative by past girlfriends like Alyssa Violet and Tana Mojo. Both women felt that they had been played by Jake in the relationship, and while these women were with Jake because they actually loved him, Jake was only with the women for views and clout.